Oh, we're live. Uh-oh. Hello, welcome to Advantage League number 58. Starting right off the bat, we got RNGesus versus Greg.
Should be a good set.
We Fit, Ness. These are not characters I see very often in Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, Ness used to be popular in Minnesota back in like early Smash 4 days. Trippy Butter can attest to that. Our lovely stream tech, shout out to him. But yeah, we have Limbo, but I don't know anyone else who regularly plays this character here. So RNGesus is showing up with a character that,
A little obscure.
I don't know. Character is top tier if you approach them and they have deep breathing.
I mean, I feel like character is top tier if you approach them could be applied to, like, majority of the cast.
Yeah, but have you seen Wii Fit Trainer kill someone in a second from, like, you know, ball, nair, up smash?
I have.
Yes,
but
it's very funny.
Do it in a real match.
Well, this is RNGesus' chance.
Yeah, right. But right now, it kind of just seems like they're both kind of hitting each other, and then they're landing with an aerial at a disadvantage, and they're both just kind of landing it. But
Ooh,
that back
good,
throw,
yeah.
definitely going to seal the stock.
Ness definitely a character that can probably be hard for Wii Fit to approach in midair because she has pretty, I'll call them unorthodox hitboxes.
Yep.
And Ness has pretty sizable ones. It's a good, for a character that looks like he should have no range, I should be clear. Not next to swords, but.
Ness is like, I was thinking of him as just like, he's like a boxer that has little tiny like boxing gloves that you can't hit. It's like, that's how I think like approaching him. It's like, okay, he's going to have like this really short range that I can't get with. That down air was something.
Down air was a good idea, but it's hard to hit that spike box for most players.
And that kills. Deep breathing will help.
Yep. All right, are we going to get anything crazy here?
Heal that 4% or 2%.
Ooh, goes for an air dodge, directional air dodge read, but he does a neutral air dodge, gets out of the situation.
Nice up tilt. Looking for like a forward air or an air dodge. Oh, I like that. I like that bait because the Wii Fit was just focusing on being in the air because he didn't want to be in the Ness's flight path there.
Yeah.
And Greg realized that and he just kind of adjusted the ball just to hit her where she was jumping.
Yeah, the other awkward thing about that for Wii Fit there is the only way to kill Ness there is to bait him into using it and then miss because otherwise if he hits Wii Fit, he's going to slow down and not go off the edge there.
Yep.
So if Wii Fit spot dodged it there, Ness might have killed himself, which would have been unfortunate for Greg's lead. But yeah.
Yeah, battle.
Very hard spot for Wii Fit.
Yeah.
The easiest way around that is to space a ball to hit Ness out of the yo-yo charge, but
They could also just like up B to try to put themselves like in between like the yo-yo and Ness, if that makes sense. Like land on that
I understand what you're saying, but that almost never worked. Wow. We're talking about last stock, and RNGesus is like, hey, I'm taking this stock. You keep your head in the game.
Facts. All right, PK Fire. Oh, going for F smash. That's a little bold. Maybe misinput fair.
I mean, it makes sense. Nothing's going to kill there with that deep breathing unless you can get a jab block set up out of the PK Fire. So,
all right, I'm just going to reset after that air dodge. Keep an advantage state, and RNGesus, despite being on the back foot most of this game, losing both stocks first, now is the one with the lead. Almost sneaks in deep breathing, and then he uses that to actually beat out the landing aerial, keeping the pressure up.
That is one of Ness's biggest flaws. He doesn't have any good hitboxes directly below him. And Wii Fit does have a good up air. For all her janky hitboxes, her up air is, I'd say, pretty surprisingly normal.
Her up tilt's also pretty not bad.
Yeah, directly above her. It still looks weird, but...
Oh, that's going to make that back, but
no,
you
it
got to
doesn't
have
get the right angle, yeah. I mean, that was a scary spot for both of them, honestly, because if Wii Fit Trainer gets hit, Wii Fit Trainer's getting untechnically stage spiked and dying. And Ness will definitely die second there. But that didn't happen.
I think it's funny that you mentioned, is this not just Limbo?
It might be.
I'm pretty sure this is Limbo. You're like, oh, there's not many Wii Fits here. And I'm like,
besides Limbo.
Yeah, besides Limbo. Isn't that just Limbo?
This is just Limbo's tag change. My apologies, because he was Bing Bong, it's Limbong before, and I would have said, hey, that's Limbo, but I didn't pick up that he changed it to RNGesus. So
yeah,
we do have one Wii Fit, and it's the Wii Fit on stream. And it makes sense, because I played Limbo. The first time I played Limbo, he was fresh off a break, and he two-stocked me game one. And then he left Kalos open.
You love that.
Yes, and then game 3, I cheesed him. So we take those.
That's all important. You got to get the cheesing in.
Yep.
Rick and Morty sweatshirt.
But yeah, he's really solid in a lot of ways. There are some habits you can pick up on, but I didn't see anything glaring there. It was just like he was willing to scrap, and he got the upper edge on the last stock, and that's the one that matters most. Is that a counter pick I saw from Greg? No, okay, I'm just crazy.
No.
For some reason, I thought I saw Diddy Kong.
I heard Ness, so I was a little concerned.
No, that's normal.
Going to Battlefield, I actually like this. I feel like when you're approaching a character like Wii Fit, having more platforms kind of forces her to choose like an area to cover.
Yes.
So like, do I want to cover the mid-level, the high-level, or the low-level?
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of throw a soccer ball above the platforms and then
but then you're giving up the bottom level.
Well, yeah, and I was going to say, you can then have the Sun to cover, but they're going to close the gap. And point blank Sun against Ness, he might get some funny ideas with that forward smash or down special.
Absolutely.
Either one is a really bad spot for Wii Fit playing.
Jesus.
Ooh.
Not looking like Greg's counter pick right now.
Yeah, that was a really good staircase, which I rarely see from Wii Fit. The other thing I was going to mention is that what really lost Greg the end of last game was that up airs where he couldn't land, and adding a third platform may make landing a bit easier.
Yeah, but
it doesn't matter if you just get death comboed.
That was a good confirm.
Very good. And a good soccer ball placement.
All right, that was a little ambitious from Limbo, but I respect the enthusiasm.
He's not going to die there to really anything unless he gets hit without a jump well below Y.
So slow.
So, yeah. That install does require you to wait a bit to reuse it, and he was using it too fast.
Oh, nice. Put him off stage.
Doesn't bury, though, which would have been the stock because he's by the thing. I like the idea, though.
Yeah, I like that. But Gone Greg for also hitting like the one option that does not cover.
Wii Fit is one of the few characters who can regularly hitbox extender moves with the soccer ball. Ooh, good punish. Yeah, that move is so hard to punish a lot of the time, but sometimes they get greedy with it because they never get punished, and Limbo was ready to take. RNGesus was ready to punish. I should have picked up on that sooner. This is the RNGesus standard outfit when I called him Limbo.
Ooh.
Great up tilts.
Yep.
Like there was a very slight way. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work all the time, but it works enough of the time, and then sometimes you just die at 40. So, you know, feast and famine, right? That was the famine.
Fair enough, fair enough. I really like what Limbo's been doing a lot of the disadvantages is they'll start the deep breathing and they'll bait out like, hey, come hit me, I'm trying to go for something, and then they'll just cancel it and air dodge away.
Yeah.
And it's been working fairly consistently.
Quite honestly, I try to feint like I'm going to punish that move and don't unless they are stupid with it.
Right,
like I'd rather just
right in your face.
I'd rather see what they do and try to punish after, if that makes sense. Because some of them will air dodge. I did once spike a Wii Fit by waiting for the air dodge out of the deep breathing. And it was like, oh, I'm sick. And it's like, not really. It's just Wii Fit cloud. But, you know. That's what I think Greg should be looking for against some of these offstage deep breathings, or just a PK Thunder.
Or even just ones like on stage, like she'll be landing with it, and she'll just air dodge back. Oh, I was scared. I won't lie.
Wow.
Nice, friend.
Yeah, I didn't know that would work, but it did, and
Ness's up B does poke his head like a fair bit above the ledge.
Yeah. The one thing is Ness has a pretty good beefy up B if you want to go for it, but it's definitely risky.
Oh yeah, million of them leg.
But if it hits, it's safe even on hit at the sour spot at 0 usually, because it's so strong. Good air dodge out of the situation there, but another good air dodge.
Yeah, kind of planking now.
The one thing we're not seeing from Greg is I don't feel like I'm seeing a lot of magnet to mix up movement or try to dissuade Sun Salutation.
Yeah.
RNGesus has not relied on Sun Salutation, to be clear. But it's still something that you could whip out. Death? Oh, goes for the back hit of fair. That does have a spike down there.
Low key there, I think I tried to just drift into it because it shortens the Ness up B distance, and that it looked close enough where I think shortened it might not have made it.
But that was an untechable if you go for it there. You can't do that past like 50%, I'd say, even with deep breathing reducing the damage you take. So
it actually just depends where you get hit, because if you like delay it.
Oh yeah, if you get hit by the middle hit, but the thing is the most stop is if you get hit right at the start, which is also where it just kills you. So
I don't know. You're stuck up. It wins the game. I don't see an issue with it.
It's true. It's true. If you mess it up, you throw it. But you know, I'm pretty sure you were right there.
Oh, nice. Using the PK Thunder to defend himself. Oh, no
still doesn't bury.
No
I don't understand that move, but that's okay.
It's like you have to be in the base hitbox and you have to be grounded.
Yeah, well, I know that you have to be grounded part, but the move not linking is not what I would expect on Ness of all characters.
But Greg has a fighting chance, and any character with rage is a scary character.
You are correct. But that's a directional air. Doesn't get punished. Ooh, does get punished.
I like the recovery. You just had to make sure you were grabbing the ledge with the double jump.
Yeah, or throw out a defensive fair and uppy, but
I like that early movement to get into places like a little bit unexpected. You just had to be more